let's talk about this guy, the Canon EOS RP. I get asked all the time, is this guy good enough to do cinematography with? Is it good enough to film B-roll with? And I'm going to tell you that absolutely it is. So today we're going to be doing a challenge between this guy and my Canon EOS R. So what I've done is I've shot B-roll footage of this truck right here, and we're going to see if you guys can tell the difference between them and how many of these that you get right. Was it shot on the RP or shot on the R? Now I will tell you that I shot with the same glass. I shot it on the 17 to 40 millimeter f4, the L series from Canon. The settings were the same. The only difference is the R was shot in C-Log and this guy was shot in Cine style. So let's check it out and let's see if you can tell a difference.
Very well, I'll just sail away from shore. Time will tell, we all fell, this time spin is short. Very well, I'll just sail away from shore. Time will tell, we all fell, this time spin is short. Sit back and know that you are more than this. We all fall. This is a call, this is a call out. Sit back and know that you are more than this. We all fall. This is a call, this is a call out. A call out. Very well, I'll just sail away from shore. Time will tell, we all feel this time spin is short. Very well, I'll just sail away from shore. Time will tell, we all feel this time spin is short.
Well, what'd you think? How many did you get right? Are you as impressed as I am? I'm telling you, the Canon EOS RP is one of the most underrated cameras on the market today, even in 2020. I know that Canon's fixing to release a lot of new stuff like the R5 and the R6, which I would love to use because of the 120 frames per second and all that kinds of stuff that we could get into. But man, for the money, I don't know that you're going to find a better camera than the EOS RP. There is one thing that we want to talk about that camera struggles with really bad, and that is dynamic range. And if you don't know what dynamic range is, that's basically it's having proper exposure on you and your background. Lighting is one of those areas that thing really struggles with, and if you have the RP, the best thing to get for that thing is an ND filter because it really makes a difference. But so here's the shot right here, and I'm shooting on the Canon EOS R. I'm exposed properly. The background is a little bit washed out, but it's not too bad. So let's switch to the RP so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, we're back on the R. So this is kind of what I was talking about, is how this is all washed out. I'm exposed pretty well. This is all washed out. This is all blown out, and that drives me crazy. And that's one of the issues that the RP does have, is the dynamic range is not near as good as on the R. But there is a really simple fix for that. Are you ready for it? I mean, there you go. So, that's one of the things about the RP is it teaches you how to work with the gear that you have and how to work with those limitations. You really need to learn the fundamentals of this thing, and you need to learn ISO and aperture and shutter speed. That's really the things that's going to set you apart or make you a better shooter than that newest camera. I chase gear. I know what that's like to want the next best camera, but I am telling you that is not as important as learning the fundamentals and learning how to operate the gear that you have. That is so critical. So I hope this helps you today to see that you can shoot epic B-roll footage with the camera that you have. This thing doesn't have 120 frames per second. It does not have the best dynamic range. It doesn't even have C-Log. But there are workarounds to get good footage. So don't let that stop you. Don't let this excuse that, well, I don't have good enough camera and I don't have a good enough lens. This lens that I'm shooting on is an f4. It's a 17 to 40, about a $350 lens. It's not the best in low light, but there are workarounds. There's things that you can do. So I want to challenge you today to just get out there and create some content. We have a saying here, is just make content. So that brings up this challenge. I want you to shoot an epic B-roll scene, one place, one room, one object. It can be anywhere from 15 seconds to 30 seconds long. So what I want you to do is go to Instagram. You can find us there at #JustMakeContent. Send us that video in a message. We're going to review these, and in the next video we will come back and we're going to go over your B-roll and talk about it. So just wanted to do that and do this little challenge. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this video helped you. So we will talk to you guys in the next video. Get out and make something great. Just make content. Peace.